Hi guys. This is going to be a little weird for a little while for me to do the intro of trying to figure out what to say since I changed the channel name. I keep wanting to go back to the normal greetings, so this is going to it's going to be stumbly for a while. It's going to be fumbly. It is what it is. I'm probably still going to just say, hey guys, Lindsay here, and then might say the wrong name. Don't know. So I want to give you guys a bit of an update because we did get some significant news this week. So I don't know if I should start with the good news or the bad news. Well, I guess this is kind of both good news. I'll start with what some people might consider bad news. That way we can end this on a very positive note. So yesterday I had my consult appointment, my follow-up appointment with the gynecologist after doing the pelvic floor therapy and doing all this stuff. And I found out that yesterday it is for certain that I need to get a hysterectomy. So it's been kind of a bummer. It is what it is. So I'm not necessarily bummed out about having to have my uterus removed, and the fallopian tubes are also going to go too. It is kind of concerning to me because she had explained that because of having the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and because I'm having so many issues with the bladder trying to prolapse and the uterus prolapsing and just so many freaking issues, that she's actually not qualified to do the surgery. So I'm getting referred from the regular gyno to a Euro gyno. And like me and Tracy keep joking around about that it's just a European gynecologist because it's, Euro gyno. But actually what it is a urological gynecologist. So I'm guessing that they're cross-board certified. I don't know. But so they're doing that because the concern is after the uterus comes out, that basically everything else is just going to kind of go like afterwards. So, yeah. They're going to need to put mesh in and basically, where they detach the uterus from the wall or whatever, they're going to put mesh in and then tack that to my spine. Little concerned about that. So the recovery process for that is going to be significantly longer than like a regular hysterectomy. With a regular one, it was estimated that I probably wouldn't be able to do animal chores for like 1 to 2 weeks. So like Tracy was just going to have to manage milking the goats before going to work, getting up earlier, embracing the suck for like a week, maybe 2 at tops. But the gyno told me yesterday that basically I should plan on it being 2 to 4 weeks that I'm not going to feel up to milking or doing animal chores or doing much of anything because it's going to be a longer, more painful, more discomforting recovery period. So little concerned about that. So I actually am going to work on starting to dry the goats up because the one goat that I'm milking right now, she's been in milk it's been over a year. It's been, I think, like a year and 3 months or something like that since she kidded last. So, I mean, that's pretty impressive for a Nigerian dwarf to go that long while still producing a decent amount of milk. I've been working on drying her up. So she's going to get dried up the rest of the way. And then Rosie, she still has kids with her. So she's going to just keep letting them nurse, even though they're I think 4 months old now, three or 4 months old. 4 months old. She's been letting them nurse some. So I've been basically kid sharing with her. So, I mean, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm hoping that whenever this all happens, the doctor said the referral should take 2 to 4 weeks before they make an appointment with me, and then God only knows when this is going to happen, but just want to get my ducks in a row so that way everything is ready. So I'm basically just trying to make sure all the firewood is done up before winter because I'm going to be on a significant weight restriction for I think 4 to 6 weeks is what she had guessed, that I won't be able to lift more than 20 pounds, which is kind of a big deal. I won't be able to even pick up 2 of our cats. I'm like, man, this is gonna be a challenge. But so definitely gonna have to get a big bunch of hay to brought here and stuff. Like we'll have to go get a bunch and do a whole bunch of stuff in preparation for me being laid up. Because right now I run the farm on my own while Tracy's at work, but it sucks. It sucks on the days that she's not here because she's able to help out with chores and stuff, and I don't want her to have to do all the things that I have to do on top of her having to help me, on top of her having to go to work. That's way too much for one person. So definitely send some good vibes and some, gusto if you can. So the other thing that happened, which this is good news from Wednesday through till today, sort of, kind of, it just keeps sort of trickling in, is on Wednesday I had this inspired action idea sort of thing that popped into my head of I should just go to the bank and ask some questions. Just ask some questions about credit scores and what's the minimum requirement and what the probability of it is that we could get a HELOC, like, or do we need to continue to build up our credit more, or what do we need to do and stuff. So I talked with the bank lady, and then she actually said, hey, why don't you just come in with your wife later and make an appointment and we can do the application. So we did an application for the HELOC. We aren't able to, due to our income, we're not able to pull out all of the equity that our house has available. We're actually allowed to pull out, I think, like 80 grand less than what the full equity is that we could pull out. So I mean, it's substantially less than what the house is worth that we're able to get out of it. But I'm very much trusting that it will be more than enough to pay off the car, for us to get a big jump start on the next place, or to even, hopefully, if all goes right, we'll be able to find a fixer-upper that we can buy with the HELOC, so then that way we can comfortably live in our house. It's already done, already nice, already warm, already cozy and comfy, while we get the next place, done up and stuff. So it's just very, very exciting for things to be moving, for the ball to be moving and to be rolling forward, and for there finally to be some level of progress and movement. So that's been huge, just leaps and bounds of excitement. And then I cannot for the life of me remember if I have told you guys or not, but back about 2 weeks ago, the county got a hold of me and said that the design for our septic has been approved. And it is now in the process of having bids done for the septic to get replaced. So literally, like, this month it turned into September, and it's like finally the gears are moving, the ball is rolling, there's momentum going on. So, and I also had my MRI done of my knee. I do not have the results back yet for that. I have an appointment next week to go over that with ortho. So yeah, it's just, everything is finally making progress, moving forward, getting some sort of answer. So at least we're no longer in limbo. Like, I've got patients for days if I can see, like, okay, there's things happening. There's chaos going on. There's work being done behind the scenes. There's, as long as I know that stuff is happening, then I have no problem being patient. It's when I'm like, why is nothing happening? Why is nothing moving? That's when I have a really hard time being patient. So I'm just like over the moon now that I'm like, I can see it. I can see it, guys. Like, with my real eyes, I can see it. It's not just, feeling it and sensing it and knowing it. It's just nice confirmation. So anyways, that's it for today. I'm going to actually work on shooting my bow some, so that way I can get ready for bow season, because I know that it's not going to be within the next 2 weeks that I have this, surgery taken care of or anything like that. And that's when bow season starts. So I'm going to actually really put a lot of energy and effort into honing my skill and honing my craft and trying to fill our freezer, because we are really, really low on deer meat. So yeah, cross your fingers. Hopefully I can get my eyesight to be working properly. Sometimes I have a hard time getting my eyes to focus, so I have to shoot instinctively, and I have to do things differently. So it is what it is. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.